Yo, what's going on, boys? So in today's video, it is another IGL VOD review. We're posting these things like crazy, I already know. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Liquid Stretch. Liquid Stretch had an amazing run in the Solo Cash Cup recently, and he won 4 games out of his 8, which is incredible. I'm really interested to see this. Apparently, he psychoed height almost every single time, and there's a lot of good information in here, so let's get right into it. So, Stretch lands at Lazy Lake, and pretty sure he tries to contest the entire area. What some players do is they land at a big POI like Lazy Lake or Holly Hedges, Retail Row, I don't know. Any POI that has loot, Misty Meadows, and they'll only loot a little bit of it and then dip. I was wondering if that's what Liquid Stretch did, but I'm pretty sure the way he plays this is he tries to loot the entire area. Right now you can see him looting up. Lazy Lake is one of the POIs on the map that has a lot of loot. Almost every single one of the big solo cash cup players, the ones that do well, the good solos, one thing that they all have in common is that like they mostly go to a big POI, and Lazy Lake is the most common one. Alright, he sees a player, he's gonna push them. This is unnecessary. Mind you, at this point in time, he's already in like the top 5, and he's pushing on some player here, Pandish, and let's see, he is shambles, so we'll see how this goes out. Alright, so I want to take away some things from Liquid Stretch's gameplay and his fights. So first off, look at how he piece controls everything, right? He makes sure that he's not coned or anything off, places a ramp so that he can't get ramped. All this is just a very small micro plays. Predictions and everything, Pandish being more defensive here, going up into 2x1, which is one of the most viable defense strategies for solos. Stretch is attacking the walls on the side here. 30 damage. That was a free tag here. Also, good thing to note is Stretch is 0 ping, so he relies on that a lot. You can see here. Right here, trying to get in, takes the wall, hits a 30 damage. There's a third party on top of him, sneaking up. That's the thing about solos, is that if you don't finish your fight within a couple seconds, you can get third party instantly. It's not because the game is bad or anything, it's just that's how it is. These players need the Storm Surge, and they need their kills, and they need their points, so they're going to naturally come in there and try and get some tags. Pandish does a dumb edit, look at Stretch, punishes him for it, gets a fat tag in. Now Stretch feeling confident, hops in the box. Still 121 HP, but because he has the health advantage and Pandish doesn't know that Stretch is actually low and he's 1 pump, with this aggression that Stretch is applying on Pandish, he's able to just jump in, and Pandish is kind of scared of the aggression, right? Like, make the enemy scared by applying a lot of aggression, even if you're not like as confident as they think you are. It makes them a lot more scared, makes them trick the shots, make them do dumb edits like running out like that. So yeah, key takeaways from that fight. Make sure you establish the high ground, piece control yourself. I noticed that a lot of these tier 1 pros, they don't like to jump in unless they're controller. I don't recommend jumping in. I feel like that's one thing that it leads your game to become a 50-50, hence the name. You want to make it a 100% chance you win, so that's why you want to play angles, play box fights. Stretch is a really good box fighter, so that's one of the main things. We can see here that Stretch is positioning himself in a situation where he is hard chilling right now. Let's see the drone free. So right now, Stretch, he's in the half and half zone. Let's see. He was in zone here. Like, oh, he was basically in zone here. I think he just gets in a little bit further. Yeah, so Stretch, right now it doesn't look like he's being too picky about his positioning. It seems like, I feel like a lot of tier 1 players also would have gotten a bit further to try and ramp one of this stuff. But Stretch decided to keep this little position. I don't know if that's going to come to bite him in the butt later on, because notice, since he's on this position, top of the hill position, a lot of players are rotating that are on the bottom of the hill here. So I don't know if that was 100% the play. We'll see. I mean, obviously he knows more than I do, so we'll see. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit, see how people come in. Stretch. Okay. I think it might have been a little intentional. I think he still should have gone up at least one. But since so many players, I told you, a lot of players are going to be coming in from this area. So Stretch, he's very active here. Um, he's constantly looking for stuff, I believe. Wow, okay. He has a lot of mats. Mind you, he doesn't need to go for this. But what I noticed also a lot of really good solo players, they always try and be sitting on a pile of loot in 5th zone. And I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to find himself refresh where it's an entire body he can just sit on, right? Like, 300, 400 extra mats that he can, use for his next zone. Makes him really set up because essentially it's just zone wars from there. And if you guys play enough zone wars, you have a basic understanding of how to play solo end games. Yeah. So right now he's still constantly looking for eliminations here. I think he should have gone up one. When he first came over here, he should have boxed up and then went up one. Because notice how it's a lot harder for him to navigate through stuff. He has a lot more options when he's on elevation. It's just overall a bit harder on low ground when you're in solos. But also, some people thrive on that stuff, so we'll see. Stretch planning out his rotate, and he's claiming stuff before he goes through it. That's huge, because if he edits that or something, he can go for the pre-fire where he thinks this guy is going to think that somebody's over there, and he can go for the pre-fire there. Just a little microplay I wanted to notice. A lot of tier 1 pros in this lobby, by the way. I saw Clicks, Nico, Annie, Trumpet. A lot of really good players. Alright, so Stretch, we're now going to watch it in full speed here. So he's ahead of zone. That's huge. He pulled zone. That's a little bit lucky, but let's see how this goes. So he gets ahead of zone. This is his old builds. Oh, good play, good play. Memorizing when your old builds are. He's able to get in here. Oh, nice, nice. Really good trigger discipline. I noticed that a lot of people, they would have not lined up that pump shot, and they probably would have hit like a 30 or something. If that guy was not so low, that could have costed him. Alright, I don't know how I feel about this, actually. He spent a bit too much time looting. He should not have done that. But he ends up chilling because he gets a free kill because he's in the backside zone. That's huge. That's huge. Being on the backside zone, that's really huge. Alright, so he heals up there. Does he get the mats? You think he gets the mats, right? Let's see. Yeah, he got the mats. Alright, so right now he's going down layers. You don't want to be on a higher layer if you're not going to go for high ground in solos. He's going to drop down here. I like this little mid back tarp, mid ground elevation here. He's gonna try and go hard left. I like this. A lot of really good tarps here. Very mat conserving. You don't need a tarp a lot in solos. It's just not necessary. Stretch now knows he doesn't really need anything. He has what, 1100 mats here. He does not need anything. He realizes that and now he's full tarping in. Does not want to die. Right here he's getting all the placement. When you have this many mats, it's hard to choke a game. Alright, so he notices it pulls back up the hill. That's why he didn't want to drop to the bottom. Whenever it's a hill zone like this, you don't want to drop to the bottom necessarily unless you don't have to, because if it pulls back up, you could be screwed. He notices that height is getting sprayed out by behind, and he goes for it. He doesn't cover his back, but by playing this little ramp, that's a little micro play, it covers him for a bit longer. The guy, he saw that he got cracked, so Stretch goes up for it. Hits a 50 damage, gets a full box. Oh, could have been bad. The guy misses his shot, thankfully. Stretch is only 80 HP, that could have been bad for him. Now Stretch with a full refresh, gets high ground. One pump, that's huge. Perfect plays by Stretch, look at that. Stretch full boxes of loot, that's really good for him. Once again, he doesn't have high ground though. It got taken as he was fighting. He still wants it though. He notices he has basically 150. He's completely capped mats, right? He doesn't need a single refresh for the rest of the entire game here. All he knows is that he needs to just take high ground and it's a guaranteed win. So he cones the guy off. The guy falls. That's really unfortunate for him, but good for Stretch. Stretch now gets the high ground here. All he has to do is just stay ahead and play heal off. Stretch goes ahead here. This is very, very good for him. He does not need a single elimination to win this game now. But, as typical Stretch fashion here, he's going to take high ground. Stretch always looking for high ground in the 7th zone. Looking down, making sure nobody's psychoing. In solos, it's a huge thing. Flopper playing, sneaking up plays. That's all very, very huge in solos. You got to make sure you're constantly aware. If you are on high ground, that is the place where you have to be the most aware. So he's constantly looking, making sure nobody's under him. He realizes it pulls up even further. He's just going on higher elevation, so height cannot be taken away from him. Stretch playing this perfectly once again. Nothing going wrong with this gameplay here. Stretch looking for eliminations. he realizes he can definitely win this game without even trying now. If this were Mama Benji Fishy playing the game, she would still win the game just because that's how easy height is. Now, applying pressure to the people below him, he does not want anybody under him to be there. He wants to pressure them off, right? You don't want them there. So, let's see here. See Hills, Bandito. Going up. Oh, he misses some shots there. That could have been crucial. If he used controller, he probably would have hit a dink or two. Because the guy was running straight at him. Hills Bandito does look like he's going for high ground. Right behind you. Stretch still has 800 mats. He is chilling. It is him who owns this entire lobby right now. He's bullying him off. 6 pump. That's huge. Mind you, that could have been a bit scary if the guy had mats. He could have gone up and taken height. But mind you, Stretch just wants kills right now. He knows he wins the game. He has so many mats. He has so much heals. He does not lose this. So right now in his head, he's saying, I want these kills, right? He's dropping down for a little more tags. Really good shots coming in from Stretch. It's a full box. Oh my gosh. The kid gets in his next whoop-de montage here. Elite Nico going up, almost gets the full box, but since he has the peppers. Okay, this could be bad. This could be bad. Stretch could lose this. Nico, thankfully, he is an EU player, so. I also think he's out of mats here. I can only think that's why he dropped. Yeah, he's out of mats here. Still looking pretty good for Nico. I mean, let's see how this wins off, because mind you, these tier 1 players, they have really good angles and everything. Stretch could still easily lose this. Let's see these peaks. Okay, so he starts going down. He realizes it's a lot harder to get tags and stuff that mean anything when you're that high. So he drops down a little bit. Just 1 layer. That's huge. He still has 270 mats. Now he realizes the guy is under the builds. Oh, he gets a little bit of tags here. A lot of elevation. This is rough for Nico. That means that Stretch is able to shoot him when Nico is focused on where he has to go. Those little millisecond intervals is when he can get some nice shots in. Nico being hard to hit though. He has peppers on. Stretch gets another 27 tag here. Mind you, look, he's playing angles very, very well, making sure not to expose himself all that much. Gets another really good damage. That's huge. He basically pre-fires the guy as he's jumping. That's insane. The peaks are coming that are coming in from Stretch here are perfect. Stretch ends up getting the guy to 1 shot. Nico not even getting a single tag. Notice he can get a single tag, and I want to show you from Nico's perspective. Look at how good his peaks were, right? Look at Stretch's peaks, bro. Stretch. Gets a peek in there. It's damage, right? Nico can't see him at all. Nico drops down. Hops another pepper. Stretch. Right, you couldn't see him there at all. He missed his shot though, but. Look. Can you see this? Look! He can't hit Stretch. Like, Stretch's peaks are insane, bro. Look! Completely covering every single part. Nico's just looking lost now. Can't be hit. Stretch's high ground peaks are insane. That's absolutely huge. Some of the main takeaways from this gameplay. Stretch had really good awareness. He made it look very, very easy. I mean, he also pulled his own. That's a huge aspect of it. But one of the main takeaways I would take from Stretch would be the fact that he has really good awareness, really good. You can tell he knows how to play solos. He goes for high ground in 7th zone. That's a huge aspect of it. Going for high ground is very, very huge. You want to be able to go for high ground. And his shots, aim, and overall mechanics were really, really good. That's huge in solos. I hope you guys enjoyed something. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/mighty40. I'll be seeing you guys.